Hello, you are listening to Dr. Sushma Singh. Today we start Unit 5 Brahminical Perspective on Caste. In the previous unit, we learnt about the colonial perspective on caste. This unit seeks to explain the viewpoint of Brahmins on the caste system. The Brahmins, being expert in conducting and interpreting rituals laid out in the sacred text, emphasize the scriptural and ritual aspect of caste. They quoted chapters and verses from the scriptures and in doing so justified the caste system and their own position in it to a large extent. Interestingly, Brahmins were conversant with Sanskrit language, who is regarded as Deva Bhasha, or the language of the gods. It is also the language in which incantation in rituals are made. It follows that Brahmins who are fluent in the language of the gods treat themselves as superior to the rest of the people. This consolidates their position in the society a great deal. Since the lifestyle and the worldview of the Brahmins, including their ideas about the caste system, are derived from the scriptures, the Brahminical perspective on caste is, in essence, based on the scriptural dictates and their articulation in the lives of Brahmins. We begin the unit with the traditional theory of the origin of Brahmins and their essential attributes in the larger framework of Varna and the Jati. Subsequently, we discuss the principle of purity pollution, which forms the basis of interaction between the Brahmins and non-Brahmins, and then go to explore the interdependence of Brahmins and members of other castes in the society, which is guided by their occupational and specialization. Now let us move to the point Varna Jati theory. The term Varna means color. In the religious text, the concept of Varna is used for grading people. Rig Veda makes reference to the Arya Varna, comprising the Arya people who were of light complexion, which has been contrasted with the Dasa Varna, comprising non-Arya people who were of dark complexion. What the Rig Veda does mentions, however, are four orders in society. Brahma unfolded the priests, Kshatriya unfolding the warriors, and Vishya unfolding the common peoples. Goria writes these classes or orders are regularly referred to in later literature as Varnas, so much so that popularly Hindu religion has come to be defined as Varnashram Dharma. Yet in Rig Veda, the word Varna is never applied to any of these classes. It is only the Arya Varna or the Aryan people that is contrasted with Dasa Varna. The Shatapatha Brahmana, on the other hand, describes the four classes as the four Varna. Varna means color, and it was in this sense that the word seems to have been employed in contrasting the Arya and the Dasa, referring to their fair and dark colors respectively. The color connotation of the word was so strong that later on, when the classes came to be regularly described as Varna, four different colors were assigned to four classes, by which their members were supposed to be distinguished in later literature. These orders are referred to as Varnas. One of the later hymns, better known as Purushaksha, established that there are four orders in the society and that each order has emerged from the particular body part of the Purush, the primitive man. As described in the previous unit also, these varnas are Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. It is said that they have emerged from the mouth, arms, thighs and feet of the Purusha. Following the Varna system, there are only four orders into which people are divided. In addition to Varnas, the Vedic literature mentions groups such as Ayogava, Chandala, Nishadha and Pulskasa who lay outside the Varna system. They were required to perform unclean tasks such as scavenging, were despised and treated as untouchables. In Mahabharata, each Varna is associated with a particular color: Brahman with white, Kshatriya with red, Vaishya with yellow, and Shudra with black. It was believed that each Varna could maintain its purity and its color by avoiding marriage between people belonging to different Varnas. Interestingly, the people of the Varna who were able to retain their purity and color gained precedence in the social scale. Largely, Brahmins refrained from marrying outside their Varna, so they were able to maintain their color and purity. While it may be accepted that normally the Brahmins did avoid marrying outside their Varna, there is no denying that such marriages and associations did take place, though infrequently. The considerations of purity of blood and color were set aside on some occasions. The cases of Satyakama Jabala, son of a maid servant who could not tell the name of the man from whom she conceived him, and of Vishyamitra of unknown parentage, loom large in the sacred text. Furthermore, Gurya analysis of the anthropometric data suggests that Brahmins of Uttar Pradesh bear close physical affinity with Chaurus of the Shudra Varna and the Kshatriyas of the Vaishya Varna in Punjab. The division into Varna applies in addition to people to planets, even soil. This means that planets and soils are distinguished into four Varna. In the world of both, soils can be recognized by means of certain indicators. The Brahmin soil is white in color, it smells like clarified butter and is astringent to the taste. The Kshatriya soil is blood red in color, smells like blood and bitter in taste. Vaishya soil is yellow in color, smells like alkaline earth and is sour in taste. The Shudra soil is black in color and has a taste like that of wine. Equally important to the note is the classification of people in Indian astrology, according to which every person apart from the Varna into which he or she is born has a Varna which is determined by the Rashi or the sign of the zodiac at the time of birth. It is possible that a person born into Brahmin Varna has a Vaishya or Shudra Varna according to the sign of the zodiac at the time of the birth. The Varna ascribed by virtue of birth under a particular sign of zodiac is important in identifying his or her gunas. In common parlance and in mundane social context, the varna of a person refers to the one or he or she acquires because of birth, not the sign of the zodiac. Here we want to close this lecture. Thanks for listening.